Hi, I'm Elle, and since the majority of New Year's resolutions have been made and broken by now, it feels like the perfect opportunity to talk about a very specific kind of behaviour that we should not be seeing from beauty influencers this year. What really made me want to talk about this, though, were the shocking tweets from Jeffree Star towards Nick Snyder, Panicked Antics, and Beauty Sleuth Official. Thank you to 4F Beauty and Lifestyle for sending me the screenshots of that exchange. I was really busy elsewhere and didn't catch them before Jeffree deleted them. And because you've probably already heard them read out elsewhere, I won't waste your time by reading them out myself. Basically, the context is that there's been a whole bunch of drama surrounding the upcoming Morphe Fluidity Foundation release. I'll post my video that gave a rundown on the situation in the description so you can catch up a little bit, but essentially, Jaclyn Hill was our usual pro-Morphe self, while Manny MUA showed a bunch of downsides but then ended up promoting it anyway. Morphe is everywhere, Morphe affiliate codes are everywhere, and a lot of people are sick of what appear to be a ton of influencers pushing a brand that generally isn't that great, like it's a new religion. I mean, it worked for Scientology, but for makeup, not so much. Later, Jeffree took to Snapchat to explain his side when it came to the foundation as well as to defend himself.
I just got back from Michigan, and I'm like, people online have been trying to come for me today, and I think it's hilarious because look back at how many Morphe how many Morphe brushes launches in 2018 did I review? Girl, I didn't even review James's palette. I used it for the first time on his channel. I just got back. I don't have to fucking review it at all. There's people really trying to come for me on Twitter today. I'm like, girl, relax. Now, is Jeffree Star Cosmetics in Morphe brushes? Y'all know it is. And hi, y'all. I fully support it, but I don't give a fuck who it is. My grandma can make a lipstick, and if the shit was awful, I'd be like, girl, call my lab. So I don't care. If people don't believe me, girl, you don't believe me. I have millions of people out there that know I'm a real ass bitch, that know I'm always honest, and that know that no one's gonna pay me, honey. No one writes my checks but myself.
The thing is, the tweets that Jeffree responded to weren't even hateful. They were just speculation about Jeffree and his relationship with Morphe as a brand. Jeffree's cosmetics are sold in Morphe stores and, according to US customs information, there seem to be makeup brushes that have been recently imported to the US that imply that there could be an upcoming collaboration. And Jeffree did recently put out there that more and more decent products are coming out of China, and those shipments came from China.
Pretty simple. I mean, it's the ingredients to make eyeshadow. It says right here that it is made in China and it is distributed in California. So this is a China-made palette, which we all know I don't care about that at all. A lot of my favorite eyeshadow palettes this year actually came out of China. Back in the day, it used to be kind of frowned upon, like, ooh, that's bad. Now it's like, girl, there's good labs out there, but is this good? I don't know.
On top of that, back on the 18th of December, Jeffree put out a Snapchat that talked about having a collaboration with a new brand.
Hi everyone, good morning. Now today is a little major because I have 10 meetings to do, literally 10. So the first one is something I can't snap because it is very top secret, but I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. I think it's time for me to collab with the brand. Can you imagine? Like, not Jeffree Star Cosmetics, but Jeffree Star as a human being to collab with another company. Hi, how are ya? Now, I've really never done something like this. Last year, I did collab with Benefit Cosmetics, but I was endorsing their mascara, which was a really cool campaign I got to do last summer in Sephora, but I've never collabed with a brand and made my own product or something that the brand has never done before. So I'm ready for the challenge, and I know everyone is going to be guessing, who is it? Everything will be revealed actually maybe way sooner than you think, but any guesses?
He does say that the collab is something that the brand has never done before, and Jaclyn Hill does have the Eye Master collection with Morphe too, so Jeffree Star makeup brushes with Morphe wouldn't be anything new for the brand in the slightest. Since Jeffree has no brushes out himself, that could just be referencing that working with him would be new for Morphe. In fairness though, there was supposed to be a makeup brush collab between Jeffree and Morphe back in 2016 that never happened, so there's a chance that the imports are just those older brushes that have been repurposed for a collab with someone else, where the original title hasn't been changed for some reason in the import list, but that feels like a bit of a stretch to me. But Jeffree snapping so hard about Morphe right now does look suspicious. That alongside his positive Twitch review of the Morphe foundation when so many others have pointed out problems with it feels strange too. Aside from that, there have been a lot of rumours for a long time that Jeffree has major shares in Morphe. To put that rumour to rest, there are 9 people with significant control of Morphe and none of them are Jeffree. I would include full receipts here, but I don't want to spread business partners' personal details. Jeffree could still have a smaller stake in the company, but it's definitely not a major one as the rumours claim. But let's put that aside. Let's say that this speculation is all totally wrong, that Jeffree isn't going to collab with Morphe, that he has no stake in the company whatsoever. Maybe Jeffree finally snapped because there are so many of these kinds of rumours connecting himself with Morphe, and with all the drama around the foundation that's upcoming, he was sick of his integrity being questioned. I totally understand that, but that still doesn't give him an excuse to be vicious for no reason online. This kind of behaviour, the one that replies with rude tweets, that's the kind of behaviour that needs to end in 2019. There was no malice in the tweets that Jeffree snapped at. Like I said earlier, the tweets weren't hateful, there was speculation, and Jeffree still decided to jump up and snap, in my opinion, because he is massively paranoid and sees a lot of neutral, speculative comments as major hate and criticism, which isn't right and isn't fair. But it wasn't just drama channels that Jeffree snapped at by tweeting and deleting though. Earlier that same day, Jeffree jumped at a long-time fan of his. Although the tweets are all gone, the context is that the fan questioned why Jeffree was going to be using Twitch instead of YouTube for his Morphe review, and Jeffree responded, "No, normal people don't question sane common sense statements. Twitch is a live streaming app that I like using. That okay?" The fan then said, "Normal people? I didn't even mean it like that. I love watching you whenever I can. Of all the positive comments I've made over the months regarding JS, this is the one I get a response to," obviously being very upset. The fan deleted their comments really quickly because they feared Jeffree's stance, and Jeffree deleted his response too. And that is the real point of all this. Nick Snyder of The Viewer's Voice recently put out a video that explained how Gabby Hanna showing off what she thought was a hate comment on Instagram ended up with her stans sending the person she quoted the most horrendous and cruel messages. That's what happens. The internet is a terrible place. There are some genuinely vile people that will send the worst kind of hate for absolutely no reason at all. Because some fans of influencers, or anyone, will jump at any opportunity to attack anyone that criticises their favourites, influencers with big platforms have to be extremely careful. But let's look at this from an influencer's perspective for a second. Thomas Halbert recently tweeted, "I'm not allowed to respond to hate, but I'm allowed to be given it and take it. I'm allowed to be harassed and berated, but God forbid I try to politely/jokingly defend myself in any capacity. I hope y'all find peace." And the same people who send me hate should have this same energy for themselves when I decide to publicly respond to them. You put yourself out there, sis. Influencers should not be sent any kind of abuse whatsoever. But I'm sorry, Thomas, that is not how it works. And I know the wannabe Varys is already seething and ready to leave a dislike on this video because, influencers are people too. And okay, yeah, of course, obviously that's true. But they're people with a lot of privilege. Influencers have influence. Strange, I know. But having a big platform comes with responsibilities along with all the perks. Where social media can give people career opportunities, money, collaborations and fame, it also means that they have to be really aware of what they put out there and what effect it will have on their followers. One random idiot sending something gross to an influencer is bad enough and they should never do it. But an influencer responding in public then means that the idiot could have hundreds, if not thousands, of other people ready and primed to attack them. And when I say attack, I don't mean others reasonably saying, "That was wrong, you shouldn't have said that to that person." I mean death threats, threats of violence, abuse, triggering material, just all of it, which isn't acceptable either. And this isn't just Jeffree Star or Thomas Halbert or Gabby Hanna or Alyssa Ashley or Jackie Aina or James Charles. Jacqueline Hill recently posted a tweet which quoted what she saw as a hate comment. The supposed hate comment reads, "Wish we had the old humble Jacqueline Hill back. I've unfollowed and followed you again, but nothing has changed. You will never be that person's again. Wish you the best in life, but I'm out." With Jacqueline responding, "I pray that I am never that insecure, sad, scared girl ever again. The girl who needed validation 24/7 because she didn't know who she was. What you see as humble, I see as sadness, and what you see as cocky, I see as confidence. I'm very proud of how far I have come and look forward to more self-improvement. I hope the same for you." Where the tweet caption says, "Just so everyone knows, this is where I'm at. Judge me through your computer screen all you want." And now the person that made that comment on Instagram has their account set to private. Okay, so that one person isn't a fan anymore. Was it a comment that was necessary to make? No. They should have just unfollowed and forgotten about Jacqueline. But Jacqueline deciding to reply, screenshot the exchange, and then post that exchange to Twitter, which is an entirely different platform, to bring it to our 1.85 million followers' attention isn't right or fair. It's asking for our fans to stroke our ego and to attack the person that dared say those terrible words to her. These are just a few examples, and they're not right. As frustrating as it is for influencers, they have to stick to replying to positive comments and answering neutral questions, not responding to whatever they see as nastiness. If they get criticism and they don't like it, they should ignore it. If they see anything horrible, then they should block and report whoever said whatever horrible thing it is. But the truth is, like any kind of celebrity, influencers are surrounded by people that love them and who send them positivity and adoration constantly, whether they genuinely love the influencer or whether they want to try some social climbing or for some other selfish reason. Hearing yes men constantly will change their perceptions so that anything that isn't outright love can sound like the worst kind of hate, since it's such a culture shock to what they're used to. What they need is to get better at handling their social media presences. Keep ranting offline or on secret accounts not connected to anything else, because really, none of this is healthy for anyone involved. And it isn't just influencers, even drama channels are included. If my channel grows, then it'll include me too. And that is such an important thing to remember. What I do want to make clear though is that influencers cannot control fans. People can only control their own behaviour. It isn't an influencer's fault if one of their fans decides to go and attack and suicide bait or anything like that. But it is their responsibility to try and protect other people as much as possible and prevent that from happening, or stand up and say that that kind of behaviour is not acceptable and should never happen in their name. And just as importantly, if there are slip-ups, if they snap when they shouldn't, if they misbehave in any way, then there also need to be real, meaningful apologies too. That is just how it is. And that is the kind of energy that we need throughout 2019. As always, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, or don't do any of those things because I'm not your mother. And, as we say in The Sims, dag dag.